my life. Little did I know that about 3 years after my first tour of Alaska, the great Paul Rosenthal was going to ask me to be his successor, to be the artistic director of the Sitka Summer Music Festival, which the mother big base of operations is here in Sitka. 1972 was founded with just the idea of bringing the greatest chamber music and classical music to Alaska and sharing it with Sitka. In the 1980s, with the success of that and the education process, he began touring the state and bringing music, classical music and education to all the other cities, including the villages, and making it a mission. 40 years later, he realized that he had to pass it to someone who had possibly equal energy as he had for 40 years, and who could also take it to the next 40 years. I'm 40 years old, and I was born in 1972, and at the moment he asked me, my grandmother was 106. So I told him I could give him at least 50 years, but I needed a 10-year retirement after that to enjoy the last 10 years. So I'm in Alaska about 4 months a year now. I actually have a home in El Paso, Texas, and I'm traveling the world the rest of the time as a cello soloist. And when I'm here in Alaska, my mission is to bring culture and the arts in a consistent form through the Sitka Summer Music Festival, and it is such a pleasure and pride that I do that. And so today, I'd like to show a little bit of what I do by playing my cello for you. The last time I was here, James Paulson was somewhere around here, I took this cello to the top of Mount Edgecombe about a month and a half ago. So when you flew and you saw the volcano, I played a concert at the top of that volcano, carrying this cello. And I'll explain this cello in a moment. Like I do every day, I'd like to play for you a little bit of Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. Bach is considered in many ways the god of classical music as we know it. He was born in 1685, and prior to that, it was very unfocused, one might say. After Bach, everything changed. So here's the Bach Prelude number 1 and the Bach Prelude number 3.
Oh my God, he's not mic'd. Oh, thank God. The mic goes on.
bio, you would see that I play a cello that was built in 1693, when Bach was 8 years old. That cello is a historic cello. It's a rare piece of art, as well as a tool, musical tool, and one that has to be superiorly taken care of. I have a carbon fiber case that I carried around. It's a carbon fiber Kevlar blend. It's essentially bulletproof. And I buy a seat for it on the planes. If you're ever flying to Alaska with me, you'll see me in my whole row. If you ever need some extra peanuts, just ask. I'll get them for you. I tell you this because when I tour the state, as you know, like today, the conditions are rather zigzaggy. The first time I toured the state was shockingly in February with that cello, and I played in Fairbanks and it was 47 below zero. I then flew to Sanibel Island, Florida the next day, which was 100 degrees difference in temperature. The next day I played in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which was like landing on the moon, and it ruined my cello in the temperament of it for about 2 months because the cello adjusts to temperature. So when I began my quest to bring music with the Sitka Summer Music Festival to Alaska, I asked a man that I'd heard of in Tucson, Arizona, to build me something. To build me something that would withstand anything Alaska could throw at it, except for maybe bear spray. And that's this cello. What you're seeing here is a cello that's made of Kevlar, carbon fiber. This is not wood. This is a cello that is spray painted to look like wood. I could throw it in the water and go pick it up tomorrow and play the same concert for you, and it would be okay. Nothing changes about this cello. It's indestructible, so they say. So I travel the state with this, and I usually rarely tell people that underneath this gorgeous spray paint is actually a blue carbon fiber cello. So what you're hearing is also historic because it's a prototype that lives here in Alaska and waits for me to come back to play it all over the state. What brought me to music and why I do this is simply what music does to me. It's a little bit selfish, but I grew up in Washington, D.C., where the culture and the arts were given to me on a silver platter. It was part of our daily life, and it changed me, all of my friends, all of my colleagues, and my family, unknowingly forever. And I didn't realize until I left home that cultures without it suffer, because it's expression, it's dreaming, it's hope. Without hope, what do we have? Without our own thoughts that are at peace, what do we have? So, to finish today, I'd like to play for you why I play music and what brings me back every day. It's a piece called Meditation from Thais by Massenet. And this is the kind of music that I do bring to those concerts through the travels of the Sitka Summer Music Festival and show people that music does change things.